What's the end goal?
There is no end goal other than self-love and compassion for yourself and others. Like, there's not like, I must reach enlightenment and win a prize. Like, there's no like race and you're going to get rewarded if you shift a spiral or you shift to infinity. Actually, there's quite a misconception out there that if I could just get to infinity, my life would be good. It's actually almost the opposite. It's actually harder and more challenging to be at Toroid or infinity because you're so self-responsible. You know that everything showing up is a reflection of your own reality, your own hologram, your own wounding, your own charge, your own thoughts. You cannot be complacent. You have to constantly bring yourself back to your center and back to your center. It's a lot more work. And so really, like, the point is that everybody's at the perfect place for where they are. And if someone was to really go into this terrain, let's say they're at Circle, and they spent 40 years there and they went deep into that, just think of what they would give the world. I mean, look at that movie Avatar. That's a beautiful example of a civilization at Circle. Like, imagine if people really were at that terrain, like, we'd be living in paradise. So there's no need to be at the next one. That's already a beautiful heart-based space that can be gone so deeply into. And your infinite self knows how much time you need to spend at that place. And it may be the rest of your life, maybe the next 5 lifetimes, it might be the next 2 months. You can't know. All you can do is feel in each moment, what am I being asked to do? What lessons are showing up now? How am I growing now? Where am I at now? And there's an awareness of what's next. There's an awareness of what's happening at Spiral. And as someone starts to shift towards the next one, that terrain will start to show up in their reality screen a little bit. You might start to meet some people at Spiral. You might start to have some experiences of that. Some teachers will show up, and it starts to become obvious that, I think I might be missing a little bit now. Whereas when someone's first arrived at a terrain and they're really in the learning of that terrain, that's not happening. They're just learning the lessons of the terrain they're in now.
And I would also add to this that there's 2 pieces that this really can bring to you. One, to remember who you already are and be able to phone home because you realize that's where you're coming from. Then have compassion for where you're at in your journey. And so what we're learning here is compassion not only for each other based on where we're each at in our journeys, but for yourself and where you're at in your evolution, and to not be hard on yourself or realize there's a gift in that. There's challenges to be learned. There's a reason for that. And to really embrace that. You know, when we reincarnate, we come back to certain places. You could be a master and come back to a certain place just to experience it or to do work there for the planet. So there's no right or wrong or good or bad here. Everything's relative, and it's really having compassion for why am I showing up as I am? Why is my world showing up as I am? And this then starts to unfold an entire mystery school. This is really a mystery school in a very elegant way. At the simplest, you can see a continuum behind me. You can drill down into this thing and you can understand everything going on this planet between yourself, your relationship with everyone in your family and your neighbors and your communities and our nations and the whole geopolitics. I could take the whole place apart just with this model.